I keep telling y'all, reality TV will break up a friendship, a relationship, any kind of ship. If it ain't solid, it'll break it up. Hey, Jack Squad, what's going on, everybody? Listen, you know what saddens me is, I've always said this, reality TV will break up a friendship, relationship, romance, whatever it is. If it ain't tight, if it ain't solid from the beginning, it's the reality TV gonna break it up. I don't know why that is, but it will. When you get exposed, when you see yourself, secrets come out, things come out, right? The Shamea and Porsha deal. And then what I didn't know until Shamea said that their moms were best friends or something happened. Now I'm finding out little tidbits. I don't know for sure that they had some sort of business deal and Shamea's mom won on the business deal. And I think Diane feels snaked or whatever, right? As a mother, and my kids are grown, I like when they have long friends. They have friends that they've had a long time. Now, sometimes stuff happens and they're no longer friends anymore. But I will never advocate for, don't talk to them, I would never do that. Unless I see something. And then I might just say a little something. I'm not going to advocate when I know you guys love each other. And sometimes things can be worked out, right? And everybody, sometimes you have a little fallout. I personally have never fell out with any of my friends. I had a friend fall out with me, but years later she made it right. If you're my friend, you're my friend, right? I don't fall out with my friends. Now I fell out with a family member because she did something horrific, behind my back stuff. But I don't fall out with my friends because you're my friend, and there's a reason why we're friends. And I love you, and we've had fun together. We have memories together. Unless you do something really low down and snaky, I know I may distance myself, but I don't fall out with my friends, right? But this thing with Shamea and Porsha is getting bigger and bigger and worse, right? And I think Shamea, maybe she shouldn't have told the new girls, because the new girls don't have anything invested, and they're going to run their mouth because they want to be on the show. They want to stay on the show. They want to solidify their spot on the show for next season. So they're going to be messy, right? And Shamea knows that. She knows how the game go. But maybe she was just tired of it, right? Now, I just heard Shamea's song, Never Had, on the radio. They playing her on the radio. Now, I got Sirius. I don't know what they doing locally, but I'm sure if I heard it on Sirius, they playing it in Atlanta on all the stations. And Atlanta has a lot of stations, right? So good for her. But I still do think there's a slight bit, and I hate to think like this, but I do think there's a slight tad bit of jealousy with Porsha. But see, you should never be in competition with your friends. If my friends get something, I'm happy for them. Wonderful, good. How'd you get that? Tell me how I can do it, right? I ain't never been jealous. That's something else I don't do. I don't be jealous. That's a wasted emotion. But it looks like, now we on the outside looking in, but it looks like, right? It looks like. And maybe, because sometimes your friends will be in competition with you. Now, is that a real friend that's in competition with you? I don't think so. But somebody could be by your side for a long time. This has happened to me. And then all the while they're in competition with you. And then the moment you rise above them, it's a problem. And I just think that's what's happening. Now, we didn't know that Shamea had such a fabulous life and a wonderful husband, and they were rich. We didn't know that because she didn't display that, right? She was just being her normal, humble self, right? And then for everybody else to chime in, it makes it worse. And then for Porsha's mom to say a dog to bring a bone, carry a bone, that's your best friend, so of course she's gonna tell you stuff. Yes, of course. I don't know why I didn't like the way that happened, because it seems like Porsha's mom, Diane, don't want them to be friends, evidently, because if you wanted them to be friends, you wouldn't have said that. That's something you would have kept to yourself. Unless, the way I do things with my grown children is if they bring it to me, then I'll talk. If they don't bring it to me, I just observe, right? Let them work it out. Let it be how it's going to be, unless it's to their detriment or something. And I believe Shamea's hurt, and I believe Porsha's hurt. But Porsha seems to be a little off-putting. When Shamea was trying to speak with her, she acted like she didn't want to hear it. That's the problem I have. Like, you ain't truly listening to your friend, right? That's the problem I have, that you were dismissive. Ain't nothing worse than you trying to pour your heart out to somebody and they dismiss you like, ugh. You know, like you boring them, they ain't got time, they don't want to hear that, like, whatever, girl. That's a problem for me, and I'm sure it's a problem for Shamea. But anyway, kudos to Shamea. Shamea's living a fabulous life. She's living a soft life. She's being able to do, you know, when you got money, you can make you some songs and stuff. She sounds pretty decent. She don't sound no worse than nobody else out here in the radio world, right? So she sounds good. I just, and I understand, Porsha, but see, everybody need to understand karma. Everybody need to understand how the universe work and how the Lord work, right? If, in fact, you took that girl husband, you say you didn't know, and after they said they was broke up, you slid in the DMs. That could be very well true. But it also could be true that you knew him beforehand, or you was praying on him beforehand, right? That is why he sat up there on that, watched them swim, like, because that was bizarre to me. He sat up there on the pool and watched them, you know, 2 women, 3 or 4 women, however many of it was, watch them converse and have a good time, and you just sat there on the wall like a creep, right? That could have been why. And I'm saying it probably is why. Nobody paid that no attention, because if I go somewhere around my friends and their husbands there, he's in the way, because we can't be girls, we can't talk girl talk, we can't do, you know, you in the way, right? So anyway, I think that's a shame. I think by the end of this season, well, you know, this is already, they're already living it, we just watching it. It's already played out, that the friendship won't be, because as you know, the friendship won't be, it won't be like it was. And it's hard to be, it can be difficult, like Shamea is friends with Candy, and she's friends with Porsha, right? And she's tried to navigate that and ride the middle line with that, right? And you know, I just think that, be honest with y'all, I just think that Porsha's slightly jealous. She could be hurt. She could be going through a lot of emotions. I understand all of that. But if this is your friend, and if y'all friends enough that y'all cry when y'all talk about stuff, if that's your friend, y'all been friends since, I have a friend that's been my friend since childhood. That's my friend. That is my friend. That is my friend, right? We don't do things anymore because she's one way and I'm another way, right? You know, I'm different, right? So, but that's still my friend, thick and thin. You know, we text every day. We may not talk every day, but we text every day. That's my friend. We've been friends since I was 11 years old. So that's my friend. I couldn't imagine airing out our differences to somebody who don't know us. I wouldn't have did that. And that's, I think, what Shamea was at fault, right? Because then they quickly go back and take it to Porsha. They couldn't wait to take it back to Porsha to cause the conflict, right? They don't really care about your friendship. They want to cause conflict. So I wouldn't have done that. I might have told one of our mutual friends, maybe. But I doubt it. I just told her if I had a problem with it. That's what friends do, right? So anyway, y'all drop down in the comments and tell me what y'all think about that Porsha and Shamea. But I'm telling y'all, reality TV will break up a friendship, a relationship, any kind of ship you got. If it ain't solid, reality TV gonna tear it all the way up. It just is. You got to be solid before you get on these shows, or you just ain't gonna have whatever your intentions and whatever you thought you was gonna have ain't gonna happen. Ain't gonna happen. Right? But anyway, y'all, like I said, drop down in the comments. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to make it happen for yourself. That's the most important thing we got to do. Make it happen for ourselves. See y'all.